Perfect. Hi, I'm Kim Carr. I'm the co-founder of #ICanHelp. And to date, we have trained over 450,000 digital first responders, is what we like to call them, to be digital first responders and then also use digital for good. Thank you for your time and opportunity to let us share our story and tell you kind of who we are and what we're about, and hopefully get you to convince you to kind of jump on board and be a part of us. Because the cool part about this process is I get to have 3 of my fabulous student volunteers and interns with us today of the 150 and growing. We already had, I think, over a new 100 applicants in the past week. So we're just massively growing, which is super cool. This is going to be a 30-minute presentation. There's going to be questions that will be at the end. So if you guys have that, that's where the other piece is at. So I am going to turn it over to Miss Riley, because we are making an impact to be able to tell you who. Actually, I'm going to turn over to Mallory. Mallory, why don't you introduce yourself of who you are, and then we'll pass it on.
Awesome. Thanks, Kim. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. My name is Mallory Bornasian. As of tomorrow, I will be a junior at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I am the new lead intern for #ICanHelp, and I'm extremely excited and thankful. I'm originally from Northern California, but I live in Las Vegas during the school year. And I got involved with #ICanHelp and Digital for Good after being a Digital for Good winner in 2018. And I wanted to get involved immediately, so I started off as an intern, moved up to an executive intern, and now I will be the lead intern for this upcoming year. So I'm extremely excited and can't wait to have you all join our family and get involved. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Riley.
Hi guys, so my name is Riley. I'm a high school senior. I'm from Paterson, New York, so little town. I got involved with ICanHelp after being selected as one of the 2019 Digital for Good winners. And I initially didn't know very much about ICanHelp, but once I started learning more about them and their mission, I quickly realized that it was really in line with my values and I wanted to get involved. So now I'm an ICanHelp intern and it's been a really great experience. Now I'm going to pass it off to Casey.
Hello everybody, my name is Casey Cartwright and I'm from sunny Orlando, Florida, where I'm also a rising junior at the University of Central Florida. I first got involved with ICanHelp actually when I was a sophomore in high school, and I had the opportunity to attend one of Kim's sessions, and the message really resonated with me as my mother is a high school teacher and both of us have seen plenty of mistakes made on social media. And ever since then I really wanted to get involved, but I didn't know how to. So when I saw that there were intern positions available, I reached out to Kim and here we are. I'm going to start us off today with telling you a little bit about ICanHelp and how our efforts have affected over 12.6 million students, both in person and online. So, ICanHelp's mission is to empower students and adults through education on how to use social media positively. ICanHelp started when a student made a fake Facebook page about a teacher. The page was extremely negative and very hurtful, and it gained over 1,000 followers. It was the center of school drama for about 2 weeks, and it was only after those 2 weeks that the page was reported to administrators and taken down. It only took one person to speak up about the page, but when we asked why they didn't report it earlier, the student responded that sometimes it's really hard to speak up when others don't have your back. So we asked ourselves, what should they have done? And with that in mind, we decided to educate and empower students to not only take the steps to reduce online negativity, but also to do it together. So a year later, the page came back onto Instagram. However, this time, 30 students were armed with the tools to stop the bullying early. This time, they were not alone in their efforts. So the fake Facebook page had 1,000 followers. This Instagram page had 0. The first page didn't get reported for 2 weeks, and this page was taken down in 45 minutes. The 30 students who commented and reported the page were trained as what we like to call digital first responders. And by not only calling out the person who made the page, but also spreading positivity and notifying their school administration, they prevented this page from causing the same drama it did the prior year. They recognized that there's nothing cool or funny about posting harmful content online. So here's some facts about teenagers today that you probably didn't know. 92% of teenagers are online today. There's been a 200% increase in teenage suicide for those aged 10 to 14 since 2017. 48% of teens don't turn to their parents for help with their problems online. Instead, 40% of teens turn to their friends. 39% of teens received some sort of online harassment last year, and there's also been a 37% increase in anxiety and depression in teens. Without proper support and education, posts like the one you see here are more common than you would like to think. So at I Can Help, we believe that students are the leaders, which is why they organize and orchestrate our events, marketing, social media, and more. We have 9 lead interns, just like Mallory, and over 150 student volunteers who are the backbone of our organization. I just joined the team like about a month ago, and already I've helped create this pitch, I've worked on press releases, and I've worked with mentors to help boost business skills that I will use in the future. Along with them, we have a board, a steering committee, industry mentors, partners, ambassadors, and over 50 educators to guide and support our students. We like to call the students that experience our programs digital first responders because they have the knowledge, courage, and passion to identify negative social media incidents, respond appropriately, and lead by example for the rest of their peers. We've trained over 450,000 students to be digital first responders, and their impact has spread even further. We've made an impact on 12.6 million students, and we are still growing bigger.
And what we're doing is how we're growing bigger is we're definitely having all these online courses. So we've started this past year of having these courses for teachers, administrators, and for parents. Right now on our website, we have a free course for parents because screen time is definitely skyrocketed right now. And so what happens when screen time rockets, then misbehavior is definitely rocketing. So a lot of fake pages are being created. And so we want the parents to be walking with their child. And so the online course helps the parents understand exactly what's going on Snapchat, what's going on TikTok, having those conversations so that a parent can have it. It's 8 small little courses that they can click on there. And these courses, it makes us expand and grow. We also have massively increased because we teamed up last year with Wellbeing Trust, which is a nonprofit of Providence Health out of Oregon, and we focuses on mental health and digital wellness. So with that, we create a hub, and it's called Work to Be Well. It's a website, it's free, it has tons of curriculum that we've created. We make the curriculum not only with educators, with the doctor professionals, psychologists, and then also with students. We feel like this hub is meant for students because they're 48% of them are going to their peers for help instead of going to adults. So we want it to be where it's peer-to-peer curriculum, and it shouldn't just be the counselors and health teachers having the conversation. It should be every teacher having a conversation with the students to make it so it's breaking that stigma of not going to adults for when they're needing help with the mental stuff. So that's how we're having that kind of conversation. This mission is definitely critical, with suicide being the #2 cause of death for 10 to 24-year-olds. So how we're doing this is because this is so critical and we need to get this out as fast as we can. What I was doing was I was going to one school of, let's say if it's 1,500 students or 1,000 students, and I would do a presentation. You only get to have that many people. So now what happens is yesterday we had a mental health summit, and we had 600 people who signed up for. So 600 educators and students came to one place. I was able to do a PowerPoint presentation that's on the website. We taught those 600 people, they can go back to their school, back to their state. They now know how to do that presentation and bring it back to their community. So you're able to expand that. So with one workshop, if you had 50 schools attend, which average of 1,000 students, your potential is 50,000. We are going to have an event June 15th at Twitter headquarters. We are looking for companies to host events like Twitter when we're able to come back into it. And if we get 100 adults, again, that would be 100,000 students going back to their schools. Let's say if it is 1,000, sometimes they're smaller. So making that impact that much greater.
So another program that I Can Help is working on, as Kim kind of talked about, is the peer-to-peer curriculum. Much of it is focused on things like self-awareness and grounding oneself, which is really important, especially right now. I've taken part in working on some of this and would like to have you all take part in a short experience right here, right now. So I'd like you to all close your eyes and put your feet on the ground. Think of your favorite image of your favorite people and places. Eyes closed and feet on the ground, think of your favorite smells that make you happy. Eyes closed and feet on the ground, think of your favorite activities that make you happy. It's as simple as that. just short activities for students to be able to lead to allow even more students to take part. This curriculum allows for students to take a leadership role, getting everyone on the same page and centered within the classroom or elsewhere.
What you saw is, again, we think it should be a peer-to-peer. And so Riley is making this curriculum. And so we've gotten recognized by the 100, which is an international thing, or nonprofit organization out of Finland. And so we really are trying to team up with other countries to take this mental health curriculum and make it into their language and make their graphics in their language and use the small social media posts that schools can push out, and they can even make video clips. If you check our Twitter and Facebook page, I just posted it, where we put out video etiquette, and then from that one page thing, then a student from a school actually made it into a video that they were able to then push out. And so it's someone from their school that they recognize to be able to push out on their end. Instead of us making the videos, it's someone from their school.
So I'd like to share a real story to serve as an example of how our programs really do impact teens. Unfortunately, a high school girl cheated on her boyfriend. And so as revenge, the boyfriend chose to do a huge promposal in front of the entire school at lunch. But when he flipped over his promposal sign, it said psych, and it had a bunch of revealing photos of the girlfriend in order to expose her. Students obviously filmed it and posted it all over Twitter. So a young man named Michael reached out to us on this, and we told him to respectfully comment and text his friends to do the same. The tweets and videos were taken down in under an hour by the people that posted them. This story really illustrates how providing positivity on social media is a multi-level effort, because by not only respectfully commenting, but also reporting the tweets, it allowed the administration to stop further airdrops of the videos around the school. The overall effect was lessened because the students knew who to reach out to and had all of the resources that we stated before to guide their decisions.
So for every bad thing that happens on social media, we also want to be able to recognize the good. So one of I Can Help's biggest events is their annual Digital for Good Summit. This summit is a 2-day event to recognize the Digital for Good winners and allow them to share their stories of using social media to make a positive impact. It's an opportunity for those winners to gain valuable feedback on their projects from various mentors to help them expand their vision. It's a summit where students, teachers, and tech industry representatives can become inspired through the winners' stories to use digital for good in their own lives. And it's a chance to meet with and be a part of a positive movement with like-minded people who want to make a difference in the digital world. So the overall mission of Digital for Good is to empower, educate, and inspire students to use technology for good to drive change in their schools, communities, and around the world. So the first day of the event is the summit, where the first day of the summit is the winners event, which focuses on being a more intimate event to help the winners further their projects. At the event this year, a variety of mentors in areas give insights at a rotation style on topics such as reach, vision, funding, and marketing. Another important part of this event was the Shark Tank, which allowed the winners to pitch their projects to a panel of judges. These judges helped the winners make last-minute updates on their pitch for the next day, and also choose to award the most inspirational, most innovative, and most impactful project at the event.
So this upcoming year, we decided to change up our Shark Tank event a little bit to make it a little bit more exciting and get our sharks more involved. So this year with our Shark Tank, to help our winners expand their reach while giving a preview to what their presentations will look like at the Digital for Good event the following day, we're actually going to go ahead and live stream our Shark Tank event. So students, adults, and mentors can also tune in to watch our Shark Tank and get a preview of what the next day will look like. Also, to have our sharks play a bigger role, or our judges play a bigger role in this event, they'll actually have the opportunity to, after each student presents, choose one winner to actually go sit down with and mentor one-on-one. This will be able to allow them to give individual feedback to that winner, as well as help them prepare for their presentation the next day. Our Shark Tank judges will consist of sponsors from tech companies who want to help our winners individually expand their reach and improve their pitch to be able to perform their absolute best the following day.
So the second day of the event is what one might consider to be the actual summit itself. Hundreds of students, teachers, and tech industry representatives attend the event, and there's 4 main portions of it: the pitches, the keynote speakers, the live museum, and the panels. So each Digital for Good winner gets to pitch on their project, which usually includes a call to action for the in-person and virtual attendees. Then there's the keynote speakers who talk about positive messages they spread, show how they gain large audiences using digital for good, and motivate students to unfollow those who don't make them feel positive online, among other topics. Third, there's the live museum, which is an opportunity for attendees to ask questions one-on-one to the winner speakers and mentors. I personally really enjoyed this part because I got to make some really personal connections with the. And lastly, the panels are an opportunity to allow all the attendees online and in person to ask the Digital for Good winners questions and get to know their stories further. So, as I mentioned earlier, I was one of the 2019 Digital for Good winners for my project, the Blue Lollipop Project. I started the Blue Lollipop Project in honor of pediatric brain cancer warrior Ty Lewis Campbell and his love of blue lollipops. For every dollar raised, a blue lollipop is sent to a child in a hospital, and 100% of the donation funds pediatric cancer research. I really appreciated the opportunity for mentorship that Digital for Good gave me across a variety of areas. I still keep in contact with some of the mentors, and they are more than willing to answer my questions. Another part I'm really grateful for is the opportunity to share my story to a larger audience at the event, which resulted in many schools deciding to hold their own Blue Lollipop fundraisers. So here are some other past testimonies from past Digital for Good winners. So at the top here, we have Abby Pearl, who is one of the 2018 winners, and she really highlighted the fact that she found the mentorship offered at Digital for Good to be really impactful for her and the value she found in their continued mentorship. Another 2018 winner, Mallory, who's here with us today, is also a lead intern and spoke about the process of being a Digital for Good winner, helping to boost her confidence and grow as a person. She calls being an I Can Help intern her biggest accomplishment. And then lastly, we have Alexa, who's one of the 2017 winners and is also now a lead intern. As a Digital for Good winner from the very first year of the summit, she has seen the vast growth of the event, as well as the way that it still provides the same chance for connections to be made between winners, attendees, mentors, and everyone at the event. So I'd like to move on to talk about 3 of our 10 incredible 2020 Digital for Good winners for this upcoming year. Their stories are so impressive. So Victor Yee is the founder of Innova Youth, a global nonprofit that empowers young visionaries to lead. He was inspired to start this nonprofit when he was just 16 years old to enable students to take their passions and interests to the next level. Innova Youth has impacted over 10,000 youth in over 14 countries, hosted more than 50 workshops through their partnership with the Los Angeles County of Parks and Recreations, and led 14 international conferences on global leadership, social responsibility, civic engagement, and Gen Z culture. Our second winner I'd like to highlight is Vardhan Agrawal, the founder of the Open Code. His project aims to give every child the chance to code. They provide students from low-income families the education and resources required to pursue a career in computer science, not only in the United States, but also in rural areas of Uganda, Kenya, and India. Not only do they provide free training to schools in these regions, they also provide the students with resources such as the student curriculum, computers, and access to an internet connection. And then the third winner I'd like to highlight is Grace Bradley, who started Kind Girls Win almost 2 years ago after becoming discouraged at how hard it was to connect with girls in an environment that felt uplifting and encouraging. She now has Kind Girls Win's chapters in California, Arizona, Hawaii, Texas, and Australia that meet monthly for themed socials such as Girls Giving and painting parties. These gatherings are meant to be a safe, non-competitive place for these girls to get together away. Oh, and by the way, she just got certified as a 501c3.
So our ultimate goal for Digital for Good this year is a greater digital attendance. Obviously, with the current state of the country, our in-person attendance might be lower than we would prefer, so we plan to supplement this with a much larger live stream attendance. These charts show the steady increase in attendance we've had over the last 3 years, but something you can't see in the charts is within the live stream views. Some of them were done in schools and classrooms and businesses through watch parties, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But one school who tuned in had over 1,000 students and educators watching the event all together. In order to increase our live stream views, we hope that you'll consider hosting a watch party within your own company. If there's been any positive outcome from this pandemic, it's definitely that we are now a lot more tech savvy and we're able to spread ideas even further than we could before. So assessing the situation, we hope to still have over 300 student attendees, and with your help, over 100,000 live stream views.
We also hope to have over 10 million social media impressions and to find mentors and marketing teams for the Digital for Good student winners. So as well, our goals for the overall I Can Help are to train over 1,500 teachers and reach over 1 million students.
We would like to recruit over 20 new mentors for the I Can Help interns.
We'd like to train over 500,000 parents and community members.
And we definitely want to train over 700,000 new student digital first responders.
And lastly, we want to connect volunteers and student leaders via Minga community platform. So here are some of the companies that have partnered with I Can Help in the past.
So companies like yours play a key role in the funding of hashtag I Can Help's mission and helping our program to grow. Your sponsorship dollars can help fund various things. Some examples would be student training supplies, resources, and workshops, Digital for Good travel packages, website and platform maintenance and improvements, training, program donations to underfunded schools, curriculum and program development, prizes and awards for a hashtag Digital for Good students, among other initiatives, hashtag I Can Help swag for students and teachers. One thing I think is really important about this is if you think about hashtag I Can Help t-shirts like the one I'm wearing, they're extremely important, especially middle schools and high schools, because when students see another student wearing a hashtag I Can Help t-shirt, they know that they can go to that student and report something anonymously or get any help that they may need. So it's a really great way to spread our message and also have students know that they have someone that's there for them and is a digital first responder. Also, with a sponsorship, you can become one of our sharks in our Shark Tank, or you'll be able to get to work one-on-one with our winners this year at Digital for Good. We're also still looking for a company to host our Digital for Good winter event or our actual Digital for Good Summit Day. So if your company is unable to provide sponsorship dollars, but you are interested in helping further I Can Help's mission, there are many ways that you can continue to get involved. We are looking for people like your incredible selves to serve as mentors for our students for this upcoming projects that we are working on. We would love to have you sit one-on-one and work with our students via video call. If you have skills or expertise that you would like to contribute, such as graphic design, marketing, outreach, we'd greatly appreciate your time to come help volunteer. So this year for our upcoming intern applications, we're actually going to have 8 interns that are going to serve in different roles such as public relations, marketing, graphic design, and video. And we're hoping that on their monthly calls with their specialists or a group of volunteers that are going to work with them, we can have one mentor in each area sit down with them each month to help them work on their projects and really guide them and mentor them and just kind of teach them fun skills, even if it's about posting on LinkedIn or how to expand their reach. That's where that mentorship piece would be able to come in. We'd also love to have you partner with us to help create more mental health content, as Kim talked about before with our well-being trust piece, for various industries such as gaming content. We'd love to have our marketing team sit down with one of our winners at Digital for Good to help them create a video to be able to expand their reach after Digital for Good. We were able to do this year with one of our winners, and she actually used this video to submit for the L'Oreal Woman of Worth Award, and she ended up being selected as a winner in New York City, which is really exciting. We'd also love to have volunteers help us during our tech and rebuilding phase that we're currently working on. Also, if you could donate any airline miles or hotel points that could be used for our interns and our winners. And then also, if you could host a Digital for Good watch party to help us achieve our goal of 100,000 viewers that we were talking about earlier. So if you do work at a company or a school and you're interested in live streaming our Digital for Good event, we'd love to have you do that to help us expand our reach. So with our live stream of Digital for Good Summit, we're hoping that you'll be able to consider hosting a watch party to help support our winners and just really help us reach that 100,000 goal. So if you know anyone who might be interested in also hosting a watch party, go ahead and let us know and we'll get them signed up.
This is just a brief overview of our sponsorship levels. Now more than ever, we are using technology to connect just like we're doing right now. And our goal to grow cannot happen without your help. We need sponsors to reach the next level, and it's all of our responsibilities to be good digital citizens. So like the goals we talked about earlier, we can't reach these goals without your company's help. If you're unable to give in this way, you could even share our story with other companies who might have the resources to help. Either way, we would love your support in any aspect.
All right. Any questions?
So we do have a question in the Q&A. So this is from Zach Webster. He's works at the Okanagan College in Kelowna, Canada, which is where I am as well. And he's wondering about what ways post-secondary students or faculty could get involved with I Can Help and Digital for Good. Do you have any existing models or ideas around what potentially they could provide?
Yeah, definitely. So as I talked to before, both Mallory and I are post-secondary. We're both in college and both of us are interns. And Mallory, you're actually working on a new intern application, right?
Correct. So there's a ton of different ways that everyone can really be involved with I Can Help. So right now we are seeking new interns. So our interns are about college or high school seniors through college and graduate school students. But also if you are older than that age and interested in getting involved, we're really looking for mentors. So even if you can't sit on those monthly calls that I was talking about earlier, we'd love to have you come in and work with us on our curriculum, our mental health curriculum. And get some feedback on that for how we can implement that more in schools and make sure that it's relatable for different age groups. Also, if you are interested in being a mentor, but you can't come on those monthly calls, you can also help out during one-day events. So recently we just had our Twitter for Good Day, where each of us were able to go groups and work with different mentors from various companies that really helped us sit down and work through different projects. We also have other single day events that you're welcome to help with at any time. So there's a ton of different ways to volunteer. It just depends on what you're interested in doing and also what time capacity that you have available.
And I think that's where we also need big help is by recruiting. How do we get to more colleges, right? So getting that piece out, how do we get this internship out to more colleges? Because we do have, currently I have 3 college students who are doing it for credit. That's what we would like to see more in the future. We can offer them, they're getting the experience, but I would love to give them a grade as well, because then they're more likely to follow through. And then those monthly calls, we're trying to get an adult with them so that it will help them with their accountability piece. So that hopefully the person can even teach them about LinkedIn, can teach them, more about whatever their topic is. They can really kind of push that. But yeah, the Twitter for Good Day was so fun because even the mentors, they learn something from the students, which is always fun. And I think our next days are June 10th and 11th is our next date that we would have a work day is what we're looking at, because we're going to be training our new lead interns. Any other questions, Leah?
I'm not seeing anything else in the chat here. I just wanted to add my personal little plug is that I have my company too has been supporting and working with I Can Help for I think the last 4 years, something like that. And I was really, really lucky last year and that I was able to be a mentor to one of the winners, Shreya, and I was able to attend the event in San Francisco at Facebook and Instagram. And it's a really, it's one of the most professionally satisfying things I've ever done, and getting a chance to meet people like Riley, all of the winners and all the interns just blew me away. So if you are able to help in any way, I highly recommend it. It's a wonderful organization. I had a lot of fun doing, I'm in marketing, and I got to do a ton of marketing initiatives with Shreya and with I Can Help, which is just so fun and satisfying. And so I 100% recommend getting involved in some way. Great organization. And as kind of a final piece, what's the best way to get in touch with you guys at this point now, if anyone is interested in moving forward?
Are you going to talk about the website?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of different ways you can get in touch with us, but our main form of contact would be through our website. So if you are interested in signing up as a mentor, educator, volunteer, as a student as well, we do have a support tab that you can go to on our website to go ahead and register there. Also, our email is listed on our website as well.
Great, thank you.
And Leah, also I want to make sure I address this too. Digital for Good right now is November 9th and 10th. We were going to be in New York, but we knew that was too much of a risk with where we're at right now. So since we are based mainly in California, but Riley's in New York and Casey's in Florida, and Mallory usually lives in Vegas. She's in California now. We're looking to do LA. We know that November 9th and 10th, who knows? So we can push it back. So we'd rather have an in-person, just because we're dealing with so much digital already that we'd rather prefer to do, this is our one event every year, we get to do an in-person event. So that's kind of our plan as of right now. And so whenever we get any kind of companies that they kind of understand where we're at for that piece.
That's great. Yeah, I was going to ask if you kind of had a contingency plan moving forward. So that's great to know. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have some companies that are interested, but they just can't confirm that they can host yet. So we have to wait.
Makes sense. I think we're all kind of playing that waiting game right now.
Yeah.
So everyone understands. Absolutely.
Yep. Cool. Thank you for hosting.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thanks everyone for joining us today. I will be uploading this to YouTube, so I'll make sure that I will share it far and wide. I thank you so much. You guys did such a fantastic job. Blown away by the work that all of you do. It's absolutely incredible, and good luck with everything.
Thank you, Leah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank everyone
Thanks
for coming.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay, thank you, Leah.